Welcome back to the Mass Effect Headcanon Project, a playthrough where the cool, calm, collected paragon facade of Commander Shepard is consistently pushed to the brink of a complete renegade meltdown.
Ah yes, Reapers.
As we have discovered recently, the method of diplomacy is practically pointless at this stage of the story. So, with the absolutely outrageous official stance of the Citadel Council in regards to the Reapers and the Collector threat behind us, it's time to invest our efforts into those who are actually willing to help.
Well, I got pinged by a ghost the other night. Family.
Okay, well, now I have to be considerate. Enough messing around, it's time to earn some loyalty. Let's go help Jacob unravel the mysteries of the disappearance of his father. Greetings, spacefarers. This mission is quite the vibe, to say the least. A very odd vibe indeed. Let's just say that Mass Effect 2's tendency to pull the player out of their comfort zone is front and center on this one.
I have run a scan of the ship. I detect no life signs, but there may be useful technology or information still inside.
EDI doing an excellent job with the reconnaissance as usual. Good work, EDI.
There it is, and mostly intact. They could have survived impact, but it's been years.
This is considered mostly intact?
Looks like it was stripped after the crash. They'd have tried to get a beacon up as soon as possible.
I guess that explains why it's so dilapidated.
Along with this anymore, we've done horrible things to the crew. The conditions they're in, they don't understand what we're doing to them. Distract them for 2 seconds and they forget what you did before the bruises show. It's got to stop. I'm talking to the others as soon as...
Okay, we're going in full throttle with the red flags immediately. This is not looking good, Jacob.
Repeat, toxology alert. Danger of rapid neural decay. Local flora chemically incompatible with human physiology. Override. Beacon resumed. Pause time, 8 years, 237 days, 7 hours.
From the look of it, this beacon's been here a while. Why would they wait years to signal?
Pause in beacon protocol. 8 years, 237 days, 7 hours. Pause is recorded as record deleted by acting captain Ronald Taylor.
That's not right. My father was first officer.
Ronald Taylor was promoted under emergency command protocols. Other flagged issues: unsafe deceleration, local food and neural decay, beacon activation protocols.
Who's in command of this ship? Where are the survivors?
Captain Harris Fairchild reported killed following unscheduled suborbital descent. First Officer Ronald Taylor promoted in-field to acting captain.
But where is he now?
The location of the remaining crew of the Hugo Gernsback is unknown. This beacon has been unattended for several maintenance cycles.
I assume unsafe deceleration refers to the crash. Give me the details.
Following an unspecified impact and sublight drive failure, the Hugo Gernsback made an unscheduled descent at 465% of theoretical recommended suborbital velocity. The Hugo Gernsback then decelerated at 782% of theoretical recommended approach velocity, sustaining significant damage to investment and crew.
How quickly a so-called survey mission turns into a living nightmare.
Why wasn't the beacon activated before now?
This emergency beacon became functional after 358 days, 12 hours. Following the unscheduled suborbital descent of the Hugo Gernsback, activation was triggered remotely after 8 years, 237 days, 7 hours, on the authority of Acting Captain Ronald Taylor. Pause in beacon protocol is recorded as record deleted.
Local food impairs brain functions? What are the effects?
Impairment of mental function due to chemical imbalance begins within 7 days of ingesting local flora, regardless of decontamination or preparation. Impact on higher cognitive abilities and long-term memory is cumulative, but significant within a standard month. It is not known if neural decay is permanent. Data collection was not completed.
Come on, let's get going.
Let's check the ship. My father had the beacon for almost 9 years. Maybe that neural decay affected him.
After this long, he's probably chewing the walls.
Jacob gets a lot of flack for being one of the weaker characters in this game, but damn, does he have one of the more complex and interesting backstories.
She always said no. She even threatened to report if I didn't stop sending messages. But now she's so innocent. They all are. And the look she gives when she smiles. It's sure easier now. What's the harm? We're stuck here.
Ew. I'm not gonna lie, having to make commentary for this level is kinda difficult.
After a crash, you can't expect the luxury of due process, but this isn't a military ship. Just bumping the command line up a notch doesn't work. Captain Fairchild knew this crew. His replacement doesn't command the same level of respect. I'm hoping the man has it in him, but I don't.
Because as far as the story is concerned, we do have this heavy theme of just what would these people do, these normal people, when forced into this type of scenario.
What was her name? Sarah? Suzanne? My God, I can't remember her face. We need to get out, so I can remember, can think straight. They have to hurry.
Yeah, it's very Lord of the Flies, when faced with the instinct to survive, which would prevail, the desire to follow the rule of law and follow your morals, or the desire for personal immediate gain. It's very dark. Bioware has never shied away from trying to remind its audience just how shitty humanity can be, and this loyalty mission certainly doesn't pull any punches when it comes to doing just exactly that.
You came from the sky? The leader said someone would come. He delayed for so long, but he still has power. Some have lost faith. The hunters. They will have seen your star. They will not let you help him.
Okay, so she's clearly hysterical and not making any sense. Trying to get her to calm down and take a breath is going to be far more useful than immediately interrogating her.
What are you talking about? You're not making sense.
I don't remember how to say it. He's our leader and we serve so we can go home. But some want to fight him. They were cast out. He exiled them, so they hunt his machines and those who help him. They don't believe that rescue will come.
Hunters, they won't stop until the leader is dead.
Kill them! Agents of the liar! He will not escape!
Hostile!
Alright, that Paragon interrupt basically speaks for itself. It was clearly a heroic moment. Obviously we weren't going to let her die. A very easy choice. That being said, we're not exactly showing these guys the same level of compassion, we're just slaughtering them. But in our defense, they're not exactly giving us a choice.
Target down!
And the Oscar goes to...
This poor bastard!
Neural decay. That's just nuts.
My father wouldn't let this go on. Something is very wrong.
Oh, here come the 5 stages of grief.
Strip for parts. Tech's wearing out. Those hunters must be laying on the pressure. Is that a settlement? They'd better be friendlier than the beach group. I need answers.
They don't look hostile, but they're wearing enemy colors.
Okay, Zaid, settle down.
I love murder!
Although he is right, and there is a noteworthy distinction. They are all female.
There aren't any men here. Maybe it affects genders differently. Makes males get violent?
Yeah. But that other woman said the exiled ones came back as hunters.
It doesn't matter right now. One of these people must know what my father has to do with this.
You have his face. He promised to call the sky, but he sends nothing.
He forced us to eat, to decay. You are cursed with his face.
Uh-oh, is it something you said, Jacob? Yeah, it's not really an appropriate time to joke, but also, what gives?
You certainly seem to have a way with words.
You heard her. I have his face. My father forced the crew to eat toxic food. What the hell?
There's so many layers to this, because now we have to deal with the way it's affecting him.
Look at these spoiled food stores. They've been eating only that toxic local food for who knows how long. Like that wasn't obvious enough.
I can't talk to you. I don't want punishing. He has a cruel face. His cruel face.
Go away. You are like him. You will keep us here.
Did the company behind this mission select the crew from a list of the Alliance's most wanted?
What the hell? Somebody had to push them to make that. That's borderline worship.
Another reference to the Lord of the Flies, perhaps?
The hunters will kill you. They fight because he exiled them and waited too long. He keeps us, protects us, and we please him like he demands.
He is bad. He has a bad face like the other. Like him. You'll hurt me.
I can only imagine how difficult of a recording session this must have been for the voice cast. They knock it out of the park, mind you. They do a very good job of acting like they're losing mental clarity. Well, except, yeah.
Coming! I'm going. I'll put him down!
Weapons are forbidden.
Any CO who do this to his...
Please, here. You could end it. You have his face, but you fight his machines. You might stop this. This, I forget how to read, but this was the start. What he promised, and what they did to us. We need the sky. Take us back to the sky.
Yeah, he doesn't look too impressed. What is it, Jacob?
Jacob, what does it say?
It's a crew logbook. Some of them thought the beacon repair was taking too long. They were afraid they'd run out of supplies and lose their minds to the decay. My father restricted the ship food for himself and the other officers so they wouldn't be affected. Everybody else had to eat the toxic food and hope for treatment later. The rest is a casualty list. A few mutinied over the decision. My father and his officers turned the mechs on them.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the middle option here. That doesn't explain 10 years of this, right? I mean, sure, he cracked. But then what? What was his plan?
The beacon was fixed after a year, so the plan must have worked. Why no signal?
Those weren't the last entries on the casualty list. More incidents, harsh punishments. It's like they're cattle or toys. In a year, all the male crew members are flagged as exiled or dead. They separated out the women, assigned them to officers, like pets. And after the beacon is fixed, the officers appear in the casualties too. After. My father took control and didn't stop it.
Anything in there about whether the effects of the toxic food can be treated?
Nothing. But it seems like the right call. If everyone gets it, who's left to fix the beacon? You'd never get out. But they did fix it. And the signal wasn't sent until now. I'm starting to see why.
Does it say why he separated the men and the women? Or is it as bad as it seems?
No, it turns to gibberish. Maybe the men got violent early on, but from the state of this place, I'd say the Hunter thing is recent. What he allowed here, Shepard, I don't see any justification.
We haven't seen any other officers. He killed them?
There were 5 after the crash. Medical, engineering, bridge staff. Should have had no problem fixing the beacon and keeping people safe. All killed within the same week. About a month after the beacon was repaired.
Does this make sense to you? In other words, is there something you're not telling me about your old man? As I said, there's just layers upon layers in this plotline. Because up until this point, he hasn't indicated that he thought his dad was a bad person growing up, or vice versa. But that's just as damning. I think the whole root of his, quote, daddy issues is the fact that he's technically an absentee father, and Jacob's sort of denialism that he's been showing since we landed is kind of telling. But then again, who would want to believe that this is who their parent is?
Do you see an explanation for this? He's your father.
Is he? None of this fits. Maybe the initial decision, but the rest? Abuse of power doesn't get any clearer than this. I need to find this man.
This is Captain Ronald Taylor. Thank God you're here. My crew went insane. I only just got free.
God damn it, it's really him. Just got free. He's covering his ass.
Yeah, see, now Jacob's starting to accept it.
That rotted old corpse looks like a warning. The newer ones look like they died there.
The hunters started fighting back. Hostile!
Rerouting power.
Nice trick! Right!
Careful, I automated my defenses after the crew turned violent. They keep attacking. There's no choice.
He had plenty of choices. The lake blend with it. Grabbing cover!
Got it.
Right. Gotta hurt! Yeah! Come on over!
Collision proximity warning. Impact imminent.
Got it!
Hostile forces have engaged. Excuse me.
Come on over!
Trying to keep them busy, distracted, but it's getting dangerous. Thank God you've come.
He had his fun, and now he wants out.
Can't target them.
Collision proximity warning activated.
On my way.
Offline.
It took years to train my guards. I'm afraid you'll have to fight them to rescue me.
Throwing people away. This thing is not my father. Enemy drone! Right!
Go. I'm going.
Charge him up! Targeting! Straight down! Moving to...
Whoops, that guy's remains won't be getting returned to his next of kin. My bad. Oh, shit.
Go home.
Enough with the toys. I need to look my father in the eye and hear him justify this.
The way Ronald tries to save face and the way he lies is very reminiscent of the way Walter White from Breaking Bad lies. You know, like a lot of quick firing of alternate facts, making it difficult for you to process what he's saying.
You're here. I knew a real squad would blow through just fine. Sorry if the mech scuffed your pads. I'll get you something nice when we get back to Alliance space. I've gotta have some back pay coming.
What about your crew, acting captain?
Total loss. The toxic food turned them wild. They propped me up here in some kind of ritual behavior.
So I'm standing there filling up like I've done 1,000 times before.
Waiting for a chance to signal has been hell.
And I hear a chunk, you know, the pump's nozzle.
That's the best you can do?
Please, can you just tell the truth?
You let all your people talk back like that? Who are you exactly?
He deserves 100% the immediate shame of being caught red-handed by his son. I'm Shepard. You know Jacob.
Commander Shepard of the Normandy. I believe you're acquainted with Mr. Taylor.
Taylor? Jacob? No, not Jacob.
Why not me? Would 10 years of this look better to anyone else in the galaxy?
You have to understand, this isn't me. The realities of command, they change you. I wasn't ready for that. I made sure you were taught right. Before I left, I hoped to leave it at that.
Yeah, that's bullshit. And I should know. I command, and there's a lot that it's done to me, but this? And yes, it is easy for Shepard to say, given that we are not the one in this situation, but that's just the point. Ronald Taylor allowed his personal desires to win out over the rule of law and established morals of his society. He failed these people, and he failed himself. His excuses are touching, but I don't buy it, and quite frankly, I don't even think he does.
I'm not biting, Captain. At some point, you chose to do this to your crew. You.
What was that moment? I want to know that there was an actual reason.
There was resistance to the plan. Mutiny. We had to take a hard line to keep order. And things settled down. As the decay set in, we made sure the crew were comfortable. Some even seemed happier. Ignorance is bliss, right? And they were grateful for guidance, like an instinct. Pure authority was easy, at first. Months in, the effect lowered inhibitions. They got territorial. Rank, protocol, they couldn't understand. We had to establish dominance. After a while, the perks seemed normal.
That's it? You created a harem and played king? 10 years in a juvenile fantasy?
I can't point to where it all went wrong. But when the beacon was ready, revealing what happened didn't seem like a good idea.
What? That is absolutely absurd.
What happened to the other officers?
Anders found his conscience a little late to step back. He had an accident. Things got tense. End of the day, I was the one with the mechs. I got a little basic in setting examples. But I was kind to my people once things settled down. Seemed like I'd earned some peace.
You fought over people like they were toys. Things.
The stores from the ship couldn't last forever. You had to know this would end one day.
Dining for one can really stretch things out. Besides, I can think of a lot worse retirement plans than stripping down and joining the droolers. That was before the hunters, of course. Dumb or not, I'd feel it if they got their hands on me now. They want blood. I'd prefer to keep it.
It's all about you. Everything.
You didn't feel any responsibility to get out of here for the sake of family?
I gave him a good start. He was a smart kid and was better off not following me. We figured that out a long time before I took jobs in deep space. And after things escalated here, it seemed best to just disappear off the galactic map.
Till you needed someone to save your ass.
What triggered the males to change and threaten you?
This planet has some strange cycles to it. I've seen some plants around I never saw before. Odd weather. Maybe some just adapted a little too well.
And if you treat them like animals, big shock. They become animals.
Just spitting facts there, Jacob. 100%. We have one of the more ridiculous bottom options here. I don't think anyone should feel comfortable picking that. But hey, this is my headcanon. The fact is that Ronald Taylor has committed an atrocity here, and he's only sorry that he got caught. And as a result, he will answer for this, and he will deserve it.
There's no way I'm letting this slide, Taylor. A price will be paid.
How much? What kind of math can balance these lives? His life isn't worth pulling the damn trigger. I don't know who you are, because you're not any father I remember.
Or maybe when you're a child, you just don't see these things. Your dad is your dad, and no one, when they're young, expects their parents to be flawed. Anyway, in regards to what we're going to do with him, Mykul Shepard is not the kind of guy who is going to egg on his crewmates and be like, yeah, shoot that prick. But he is the kind of guy who, when he sees an opportunity for some frontier justice, to let it play out. Yes, he does deserve a fair trial. But what of the people he has mistreated? What do they deserve? I think the only fair way of dealing with this is to leave him behind. Leave him at the mercy of the hell that he has made.
Maybe we go arrange pickup for the rest of the survivors while the acting captain deals with the hole we punched through his mechs.
Now wait, I'm supposed to get rescued. The crazy ones, you don't know what they'll do to me.
Well, I'd kinda like to find out.
I'm brutal.
My father was a different man, Shepard. A good man. Wish I'd found him.
Jacob!
You were a better man dead. As far as I'm concerned, you still are.
Jacob!
Alliance ships are inbound to pick up survivors, Commander. We can be long gone by the time they get here.
I'm going to give Joker some praise just because he's awesome. Good job.
Don't even give him the taillights.
Roger that.
What do you mean it wasn't you?
Jacob, If I had leaked the information about the Gernsback, I would be smiling at your resolution of the situation. I am not smiling.
Yeah, but obviously you knew about it, so come clean.
Nothing goes through this ship, my ship, without a report to you.
I had no more reason to believe Jacob's father was alive than he did, but I'm happy to know the situation is behind you.
Fine, you didn't forward it, so who did?
I did.
Of course. Alright, in the spirit of maintaining crew relations here, I think we're going to go with the middle option. It's a little bit of a quip, but I also have to be the mediator.
Figures. Who else could get into Cerberus channels?
It was hardly classified, just obscure. There was a time when it mattered to you. Sending this along seemed like keeping an old promise. I keep my promises.
Miranda, we'll discuss your liberal interpretation of security protocol in private. Shepard, Jacob.
You alright, Jacob?
You good with this, Jacob?
It's all bull, Shepard. Captain Taylor's body has some catching up to do, but the man died a long time ago. I've already dealt with that. I guess he was a good enough father that even he can't screw up what he taught me.
You had no idea Miranda was behind this?
No, she's got a good memory. Selective, but good. I haven't thought about those days in a long time. Can't figure which promise she meant, though. Not sure I really want to know. She requires a better man than I.
Come on, we've got work to do.
Aye, Commander. Shepard, thanks for the help.
Anytime, Jacob.
Because the subject matter of this plot is so heavy, we're going to leave it there, and I hope that Mykul Shepard has made his stance on Ronald Taylor's behaviour quite obvious. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments, there's so much to unpack. As always, thanks for watching, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit the bell notification icon to be informed of the next episode. Huge shout out to our members, we're up to 2 now. Keyless alive, my friends, and until next time.
I should go.